Well, hi Cancers, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your reading. Wow, I've shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them just a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So Cancers, let's find out what can you expect coming up in your life. Here you are. There you are here. Wow. King and Queen of Cups. So Cancers, the overall energy of your reading here for is a King of Cups. So this tells me that this is Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Okay? So it might be another sign that's around your reading that's a water sign, maybe. But the energy of this is holding back a giant couple of. Male or female. They're all male or female. Having a huge cup, but not handing it out. So this surrounds the entire reading. Up here in your highest energy is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands, this is about communication through the airwaves, like email, texting, phone calls, video chat. So there's a lot of back and forth going on here, and I think it has to be with someone else. And I feel like it's maybe this person. Maybe this isn't you. I think maybe this is someone else. It could be Pisces, because Pisces is right next to the Eight of Wands and right above the King of Cups. So maybe Pisces is in your chart. Maybe it's in someone else's chart around this reading. But the moon, this is about things being exposed, coming to light, being revealed. And I feel like all this conversation is going to reveal something. You have questions about love right here with the Queen of Cups. This is in your highest energy. This is your card, Cancer, for sure. It's like this is the only cup in the deck with a lid on it. Cups are love. And inside that cup are answers to love questions. And what the Queen's trying to do is peek through those windows to get the answers. So you have questions about love. And I think it's about this person. And I think whoever this is, whether they're a water sign or not, they hold back. They hold back their love. And you're wondering if they have the love probably for you that you have for them. But something's going to be revealed through all this conversation here. I have the Four of Pentacles under all this conversation, this back and forth. Feeling stuck. I feel like you feel stuck, like you can't move forward, backwards, any direction. I feel like there's a lack of commitment going on in this relationship. It's starting to feel heavy. And then on the other side of the King of Cups is the Justice card, the card for Libra. So Libra might be strong in your chart, might be strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. But you have your sword is going up. You're going into this self-protection mode. You want to keep balanced here. And you're trying to keep your scales balanced. And you're trying to protect yourself, like self-justice, from somebody who is having trouble making their feelings known, okay? I feel like they have love, but they're having trouble presenting it. And this has got you questioning their feelings for you. Under the Four of Pentacles is the Queen of Pentacles. This is Earth, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn that might be strong in your chart or someone else's chart around this reading. The Queen of Pentacles, your energy is looking at that pentacle. You really need to feel more secure, because without them handing out this love, without them really showing you and telling you, that they love you, even if they do have this giant cup, you start to question if this relationship is ever going to move forward, ever. And that's where you're feeling stuck at, and this is what the conversation is going to be about. Also about the love. I also have the Knight of Swords next to the Queen of Pentacles and under the King of Cups. So this is an action card. And this is like that sword of truth and clarity. Here you're holding up your sword here. Self-protection, truth and clarity. Same sword. And it's kind of rushing right towards that Queen of Pentacles. You're about ready to give up on that. You're reaching the point here where I think you're about ready to give up. But then you have all this conversation and something comes out. Something is revealed, either by you or them. I have the Knight of Wands next to the Knight of Swords, and under the Justice card. I feel like they run in and out of your life. I feel like they kind of take this relationship for granted. They're flighty. Maybe they run in with a staff of new beginnings and they run out with a staff of passion. This is male or female. So I feel like you're getting to this point where you feel stuck in a relationship that isn't going anywhere. That's how you're feeling. But something will be revealed, and I don't know, maybe it could be you revealing your feelings to the King of Cups. But you know, with the King and the Queen of Cups, you're probably soulmates. And if you were to stay together or get together, your relationship would be based on love. So it'd be real nice if this could work out. Let's see what else we need to know. King of Wands now. Cancers. There's Cancer right there. Your card is the Chariot. Okay, so up here in your highest energy is a King of Wands. This is what you're looking for, not the Knight of Wands. Okay, Knight of Wands can't have a relationship. Okay, you want this Knight of Wands to become the King of Wands. They have to have this staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. You're ready to move forward. This is fire energy. This would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius energy. So one of those might be strong in your chart or around this reading. But you've got your hand on your hip and you're ready to move forward. You're holding the staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. And you want to move forward. You're tired of being stuck, feeling stagnant. The King of Wands is right next to the Lover's card. This is the card for Gemini. So Gemini might be strong in your chart or around this reading in somebody else's chart. But there's your guardian angels and spirit guides. And they're trying to bring you together. This is a soulmate card. This is a divine soulmate card. This means you've been lovers in another life. This is the connection that you have, King and Queen of Cups. And, you know, whether they're another sign or not, it's all the energy mostly of holding back that cup of love. That's a big cup. And so, you know, your guardian angels and spirit guides are trying to help this come together for you. It's a very strong connection. I have the Seven of Swords right next to the Lovers. I feel like the Seven of Swords is like deceitful. So they're hiding something. And you know what? I think they're hiding their feelings. I think they're having trouble coming out with their feelings because the King of Cups surrounds the entire reading. So the truth and the clarity about, you know, how they feel, I think there's trouble with that coming out here. And under the King of Wands and next to the Justice card is the Ace of Pentacles, looking for a commitment here. You're looking for this relationship to come to fruition. You're looking down here at the Queen of Pentacles, the second biggest pentacle in the deck, under feeling stuck and heavy because there's this lack of groundedness in this relationship. You need that. You need that to come in. And you want to move forward, even if you have to move forward and look someplace else. You're trying to stay balanced. You're trying to stay calm. You're trying to stay level-headed through this whole thing. Okay? You're trying. We got the Hermit here. You've reached out to the universe, seeking your path forward. Right under the Lover's card. Is your path forward with this divine soulmate? Is there ever going to be a commitment with them? If not, your path forward, you're thinking you just go off on your own. You know, if they're going to keep all their feelings to themselves, I don't think that you want to move forward with them. The Chariot is your card, and this is all about moving forward. They could be moving forward at a pretty fast pace. So you're trying to make a decision right now on whether to stay with this soulmate, which is a divine lover, who I don't think is being forthright with their feelings with you, and it's got you confused. You have a lot of questions about where this is going. I have the Ten of Pentacles under the Ace of Pentacles. This is what you'd like. You'd like to work towards a union between two people. There's extended family, there's pets, there's a child. So this is all about commitment. It's all about security and stability in one's love life. It is close to that Knight of Pentacles. So, I think you want this Knight of Pentacles to be the King of Wands. I mean, this Knight of Wands to become the King of Wands, so that you can obtain, so they can make this offer towards a family life for you. But, right now, it looks like they're having trouble expressing their feelings. They do love you, okay? I do know that. I have the Five of Pentacles next to the Ten of Pentacles. You're feeling, rejected, left out in the cold. And that happens with this Knight of Wands. They run in and out. And so they run in, it's great. They run out, and you're left feeling rejected, left out in the cold, maybe ghosted until they show up again. Lonely. This is why you're at a crossroads, and you're trying to decide how to move forward with or without them. You've reached out to the universe. This is a card of enlightenment. So they hear you. They know that you're lonely, and they know that you want to move forward. That can be with or without them. They know that. So let me take out one more card for your reading, Cancers. It's the Two of Wands. Now, we have the King of Wands holding on to that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. Queen of Cups, confused about the love. The Two of Wands is holding on to a staff, just like with the King of Wands, of fresh starts and new beginnings. You have with one hand, and with the other hand, you have the World, wanting to enter that life cycle. You need to move forward. And this sits right here. So, what are you going to do? This is the thing, is right now in the month of October, it looks like you're going to be going through some things where you're going to put yourself in self-protection. You're going to look out after yourself. Something will be revealed, though, with the moon here through conversation with this person. You might be moving forward with them. This Ace of Pentacles might actually come in as an offer to free you up from this heavy feeling that you have in this relationship. And you might be moving forward with them, because the Hermit is shining the lantern right on the Ace of Pentacles. So they really might come out with their feelings, and they really might say, well, anything to secure this relationship. Just anything. You need something to go on and give you hope for this Pentacles. I think you will be moving forward with them, but I think right now you feel kind of alone and wondering, what is your path forward. But I do think you will end up with them after all this conversation, and then they will, I think, come to light and expose their feelings for you too. So, wow. Cancers, this was your reading. Thank you so much for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.